Hello you gorgeous donuts. Today we're going to be taking a look at the rise of fake podcasts on TikTok. Now on your For You page you might get clips of podcasts where two people are talking to each other. However, there's this new trend where people are setting up a podcast microphone and speaking to the wall, speaking to nobody, and we're going to take a look at them today. Okay, so the first person I saw do this is this guy, and some of his clips are absolutely mental.
Yo, have you heard? Average salary in the UK is 35k. I made that last month. Fucking hell, man. Imagine going to a 9 to 5 all week, yeah? To get paid 35 racks a year. You know how we do after a 35k or two.
Oh God, Christ. Have you ever seen more of a walking ick in your life? Can you imagine setting up your neon lights behind yourself, setting up a podcast where you're speaking to nobody, putting some shades on when it's pitch black outside, and then telling people that they're stupid for working a 9 to 5? God, that's the man for me. Is that not just the man of your dreams, girls? If you're single right now, what are you doing? Go for this man. It's like looking at Ryan Reynolds it is. Good Lord. I mean, look at the sweat on his forehead. How long has he been here for? He's earning 35 grand a month and he can't even afford some tissues to wipe his head.
Salary in the UK is 35k. I made that last month.
It's also like, I see quite a lot of people like this on TikTok where they take the out of people for not earning a lot of money, and then they brag about how much money they earn. Why do you care? Like, why do you care about how much other people are earning? Why do you need to tell people how much you're earning? You're not telling people because you think you're gonna look cool. You're telling people because that's an insecurity, because you feel like you haven't got like the attention of your success enough. Or it could just be bullshit and he's not actually earning that amount of money. Let's have a look.
Your friends are holding you back. Look at your circle. If your friends are going out partying, drinking, vaping, doing, they are not the friends for you. If you literally think that you're gonna own a business and do well while you're around them friends, come on, mate. Who are you kidding? Honestly, mate, all you have to do is just zone in. You might have a family that supports you. They must mean 10 times more to you than them friends around you. But I tell you, you spend your time with on the weekend, it ain't your family and your girlfriend.
But I will tell you something. I own my own business, right? And I still go out with my friends on the weekend. You can do both. What is this toxic culture of like, you've got to lock in, man. The winter rock is coming. You've got to watch Fight Club and American Gangster every single night. Every night without fail. It's like, no, you can still have a good balance. Like, you don't need to make yourself super sad and depressed and only hone in and focus on something, because that will make you sad. Yeah, you might earn a lot of money, but at the end of the day, you're just going to be sad, so what's the point? You're going to end up like this bloke, where you're just empty inside and you need to tell people how much you earn on the internet to people that you don't even know. He's telling people to spend time with their family. He's not even spending time with his own. I like the shades though, right? They're Ray-Bans as well, guys. You can see the little thing there. Right, he earned 35 grand a month. He's probably got 35 pairs of Ray-Bans.
No, my dad's 20 grand and I didn't have a pot to pick. And I just thought, if I died right then, died as a bum. October the 8th, I came across a TikTok shop. Bang. Life became easy.
Sorry. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Like, I thought somebody had made this edit of him. No, this is like, he's made this himself and posted it to his own account. That's so funny. Bro's posting his own fan edits. That is the type of self-love that I need. If you're not your own biggest fan, then who else is gonna be it? Why do people pretend to be on podcasts? Like, why are you doing this? You're talking to no one. Like, imagine this entire video if I just stared there and pretended to talk to someone. You'd be like, mate, what are you doing? Just talk to us. We're right here. Must be a fan of Big Shaq as well. Not taking his coat off, no matter where he is. He's dropped the shades though, right? What's that tell you about him, guys? Also, like, how do you just casually owe your dad 20 grand? Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know anybody that has got a 20 grand loan off their dad. That's outrageous. I used to ask me mum for a quid for that ice cream man, and she'd tell us to piss off every single night. I genuinely don't think my mum ever give us a quid for the ice cream man. Next time I see her, I'm gonna bring her up on that. I'm gonna smudge a 99 in her face, see how she likes it. Sorry, a little bit of childhood trauma coming out there, guys.
How does Cam Easty make 800 quid in half a day? He just sits here like this and his phone does all the work for him. You see that? I just made 100 quid. And what? Yep, I didn't lift a finger.
Do you know what's really hot about this guy? Is that he talks about himself in the third person. That's like such a hot trait that guys do. I do that. I've tried, well, I'm starting to do that. I haven't quite mastered it yet. Like, sometimes, when I'm in the bedroom, I'll say to Chloe, I'll be like, oh, Cam Kirkham's having a really nice time. I don't laugh. What am I doing? I couldn't even say that with a straight face. I'm gonna do that all the time now. When like a waitress asks us how my meal was, Kirkham really enjoyed that fillet steak.
All my clothes, apart from my t-shirts, because they're a tenner, I buy all my clothes off Vinted. Because I ain't the guy to go out and spend a lot of money on clothes.
Okay, well, we can all sleep well tonight knowing that. That's like one of the best clips from this fake podcast that he's posted himself. Why would you post this as a clip? I don't care. Yeah, everything I buy is really cheap because I'm just not the type of guy to spend a lot on clothes. That is like, what are we meant to do with this information? Are we meant to be like, whoa, he's f***ing cool. Why he buys all these shirts off Vinted? Oh, I need to buy this guy's online course. How does he do it?
If your idea of fun is lying in bed, mindlessly scrolling through TikTok and vaping, you're exactly where they want you to be. Addicted and suppressed. You're stuck in a loop of depression, anxiety, constantly comparing yourself to people online while you're consuming their creating. That's the only difference that splits you and them. It's up to you what you do about it.
But what? So we're not allowed to scroll TikTok anymore. But how do we find your videos? How can we watch your videos without scrolling on TikTok? Make it make sense. And what's this guy's like beef with vaping? Did he like get into a scrap with like an elf war once and like he came out worse? I don't have a clue what's going on here. This guy's like fuming with vaping.
The average UK salary is £35,000. I made that sitting on my ass last month.
Great. Well, that's cool, man. How does he do it? He's also got a skull tattoo on his hand. How does he do it? This guy's the coolest guy ever. I don't know, but like, I want to know like what the point of this guy's content is. Like, he's not helping anyone. I think he's just making people feel worse about their own lives. Is that the aim of his content? Like, who is this guy's fans? What do the comments say? We're nearly in September, mate. Give it a rest. End of a bell. Nice tattoos. And then I'm 13. Okay, well, he has a thriving community. That's great.
Now you lot are sat there twiddling your thumbs waiting for GTA 6 to come out. My life is GTA 6.
GTA 6 should be based on me.
I'm driving around in a Camaro, I'm flying overseas, buying myself properties, I'm living it up in a penthouse, I've got a rooftop football pitch, and that was all because of TikTok Shop.
Okay, mate, that's great. Fair play to you. You're doing well in life. Respect, but I don't care. Realistically, I don't care. Why are you telling us this? Are you going to tell us how to do it? Or are you just gloating? Like, what is the point? You're just using this as a mechanism to kind of gloat. Also, I don't believe that you like, if GTA 6 was based on your life, I don't think the sales of that game would be that great. Whoa! There's a rooftop football pitch in GTA? That's mint. Can't wait to spend 10 years playing this. Oh, that's going to be so sick in the new GTA 6 where you can like just constantly speak on a fake podcast. Why would I want to do heists when I can tell people how much money I earn on TikTok?
Every time me and my girlfriend used to go out for a meal, she used to give me her card because she was that nice, so it would look like I'm paying for her. I don't get why, as a man, I even let her do that.
I love how it just always cuts off. So yeah, what, you did that because you were insecure. You didn't want your girlfriend to pay because you were worried what the waitress or waiter thought of you. That's exactly why you did it. Because you wanted this like fake toxic masculinity of being the provider. Whereas it's fine if your girlfriend pays for a meal. As long as she's happy to do so, then what's the issue? I love that the top comment on this was, cheers, mate. That was a really interesting story again. Actually, guys, I'm going to play it again. Just make sure you take this in.
Every time me and my girlfriend used to go out for a meal, she used to give me her card because she was that nice, so it would look like I'm paying for her. I don't get why, as a man, I even let her do that.
Oh, God. Why did he do that? My God. This should inspire a Netflix documentary because, honestly, that is the most interesting story I've ever heard. They should make that like a 3-part series. This is so much more interesting than The Last of Us.
So everybody says an estate agent's a good job. I used to be an estate agent. I made 14 grand a year. I made double that last month.
Nah, that's cool. That is. Did he? I don't know about you. I got goosebumps there. That is when he dropped that mic. When he was like, I made double that. I've never felt a feeling like that in my life, guys. That was genuinely that is top 3 moments of my life right there. I don't think I'll ever experience a feeling like that ever again. I really enjoyed the part where he was walking away from the camera and the edit. That was probably my favourite part. That was so... Oh, I want to be this guy when I grow up. Now, this was the first guy that I'd seen kind of do this, and I feel like he kind of inspired loads and loads of clones who also set up like fake podcast settings and then pretend to speak to someone.
Well, half the UK is lazy, half the UK work all week, live paycheck to paycheck, and can only just afford the food, rent, and a pint on a weekend with the pals. I'm showing people a way to make an income without lifting a finger. You have no excuse.
Yeah. Sure you are, mate. Like, who is he staring at here? Why is the person so low? Is the person crouching down on all fours? Why is he looking at the ground when he's speaking here? Also, I don't even think that podcast microphone's plugged in. Let me hear the audio of this.
UK is lazy. Half the UK.
He's not even using the microphone. That is literally his phone audio. That is a condenser microphone, and that is not what that microphone sounds like. Also, a microphone like that has got to be close to your mouth. That might as well have a different postcode to where he's sitting. Why are you doing it? Just go on a podcast. Make your own podcast. Surely you've got friends. Actually, probably not, to be fair, actually, if you're uploading videos like this. I just don't get the pull of this content. Like, surely your friends in the group chat are saying, mate, like, what are you doing? Like, I'll come on your podcast, I'll ask you questions. You don't need to do it alone, fella. I'm pretty sure, like, that microphone lights up in some way as well. So, again, it's literally just off. It's just a fake podcast. This is becoming a pandemic.
There's got to be 90% hard work and 10% reward. How can you be successful if the only thing that you care about is going out and getting with your mate? And that is the mindset of the majority of the people in the UK.
Why is he like put this dramatic music on it? As if he's, I don't know, as if he's in some sort of like Insidious trailer. Like, what's going on here? Why has he put the corner shadow so high? There's no need. Also, this is one thing I want to say. It's like, these are like, you know, he looks like quite a young lad. This guy has very little life experience, really. Like, why is he telling other people how to live their lives? Like, why doesn't he just live his life, become successful, and then when he's a bit older, tell people how he did it? Like, this guy might be doing alright, but I don't feel like he's probably in a position to teach other people how to live their lives. Also, not everything about life is like making money. There should be a balance. You should be able to have fun. You should be able to go out on the weekends, especially when you're young. Like, that's like one of the best things about being young, that you can go out and not really get a bad hangover and spend time with your friends and build them relationships up. I feel like a lot of social media like makes you like feel bad for that, and makes you feel bad for not having your life together when you're like 18 because of people like this. I just want you to know, like, you literally can have fun. Like, you don't have to have this all figured out like dead young, right?
You've got two options this summer. You can take the easy route, continue doing what you're doing, getting home from work, eating food, watching Netflix, and then blowing that paycheck on short-term happiness at the weekend. Or you can lock in this summer, stay consistent, and maybe in 6 months you'll be able to get that car that you wanted, go on that holiday that you couldn't afford. If you genuinely try your best, you cannot fail.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but if you genuinely do try your best, you still can't fail. Like, that's just, it's just how it is, unfortunately. Some people try their best every single day and it never pays off. Like, that's the sad reality of it. It's just all very vague. Like, they don't actually tell you what to do. They're just like, lock in for 6 months, and then after that, you can afford a car and a holiday. But, like, what are you meant to do? What does that even mean? I'm just imagining like a 16-year-old kid watching this going, okay, I'm locked in. What do I do now? Well, I'm locked in, but it's like, what does that mean? What does locked in even mean? What do I do now I'm locked in? I have no other instructions. I followed the first rule. Now I'm stuck.
People can't understand how I made 20 grand last month from watching numbers go up and down on a screen. Yet I'm literally giving you the exact way that I did it. It's 2024. You don't even need to lift a finger to make money online.
This guy, like, has so much charisma. I just want like 10% of his charisma. This is great. It's 2024. You don't even need to pick a finger up to make money online. I actually think you do. If there is someone out there that genuinely makes money in 2024 without picking a finger up, fair play to you, fella. Right? You've clocked the system.
I do not scroll on social media. I used to be a victim of doom scrolling, and it's a one-way ticket to becoming depressed. Since I stopped scrolling, started creating, and only use social media for reasons that are going to benefit me, my life's become 10 times better and my wallet's become 10 times fatter. And it's always nice to help other people along the way as well.
But you're literally just calling your own viewers idiots. You're telling people not to scroll, but then you're saying you do social media as a job. So then which way is it? You're just like, where's the self-awareness here? You're basically just calling your own viewers idiots because they're scrolling. Like, without them, then you're not in a job. I don't get this. Also, why does he keep putting like really sad music when he's just saying really basic things? Like, the music should be like him talking about like the death of a family member. The guy's just saying the most base level things and then putting the saddest music on underneath.
The only reason people comment hate is because they hate themselves. If from the minute you wake up till the minute you go to sleep you're doing everything you can to achieve your goals, you don't have time to give a about what anyone else is doing.
What happens if someone's goal was to comment as many hate comments on your TikTok as possible, like beat the record of the previous day? That kind of disproves that theory. They're still hitting their goals whilst focusing on you. Checkmate.
Uni is not a bad thing. At uni, you have to work hard for 6 weeks of the year and the rest of your time is free. If I went straight into a job, I'd have no free time. I went to uni, got my degree whilst also learning a skill that has changed my life. Everyone talks about uni fees. The way things are going, I should make that back next month.
I think people that like study very intensive subjects like, you know, law, medicine, I feel like they would disprove that they only have to work for 6 weeks of the year, especially in the final year. Is that guy better than the previous guy? I feel like that guy didn't have much charisma. The other guy, at least, like, I kind of wanted to feel a certain way about him. That guy, I left his videos just feeling no different to how I did before watching him, apart from getting a voice break. There's one thing he's got over as fuck. So when I saw this guy's TikToks, because I'd kind of watched one of them, other people who'd used the same setup and done the same kind of TikTok started coming on my For You page.
Do you know working a 9 to 5, working 60 hours a week, slaving away for the rest of your life isn't the only way that you can make your money? Like, I make more money in 1 month than these people do in a whole year, and I am my own boss, and I have no one telling me what to do.
Why is it always, like, why are they comparing themselves to other people? Why do they always have to say, oh yeah, I'm earning like double of what they're earning? It's like, why don't you just say, yeah, I'm earning a lot of money, I'm doing well for myself, and I want to kind of teach you how to do it? Why have they always got to prove that they're better than people who aren't even trying to compete with them? The person that is working a 9 to 5 job, they're not trying to compete with you. So why are you trying to compete with them? They literally don't care about how much you earn, but you're so obsessed with them.
I see gaps in things, so I can tell you a story.
Alright, mate, so do I. There's a gap, right? You see that? Gap. Nothing special, mate. What's your next superpower?
Of, like, even when I was young, like my first ever hustle. And my first ever hustle was basically my... I went on eBay, and the memory cards, like the little SD memory cards, they were being sold on eBay for like £16. But then CEX, the shop that sell like used stuff and technology and that.
Yeah, we know what CEX is, mate. Fucking hell.
They were buying them for like £25, and I was about 15, 16 years old. So basically, I bought loads off eBay, and me and my dad drove around to all the CEXs, like literally around Manchester, around Liverpool, Sheffield, and we were just selling them memory cards and getting back, and we've got like £2,000 in a day. So that's like my first ever like hustle from just a gap that I've saw.
Well, that was interesting. Thanks for sharing that story, mate. That's life-changing, to be fair. What I need to do is put this in a Google Doc and study every single millisecond of that TikTok. I need to know how he did it. Wait, what's CEX again? The buy what? Okay, Jordan Belford. So this guy's called Kez the Guru. That's unbelievable. I love that he's called himself a guru. The trend of fake podcasts on TikTok has got so big that even celebrities are joining in on it. Remember this guy, Sam Gowland, that we like reacted to when he was getting his veneers done? He's even jumping on it.
I wouldn't necessarily film a full series of Geordie Shore again. I got asked to do it a few months back, and I just outright said no. They offered me a sum of money. I said no. Then they offered me another sum.
Who are you speaking to? You're not speaking to anyone. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares. Sorry. God, I feel like I'm being extra mean in this video. This content, I just don't get it. It's like just all fake.
The sum of money, which was a hell of a lot. I said no again. And then I got a phone call that said, son, this is write down on a piece of paper what you want to do it. And I said, it's not about the money. I said, I could write 200 grand on there. I said, I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe I would for 200, but you get what I'm saying here. I said, it's not about the money. I said, it's more about the principle. I don't want to put myself back in that position.
I'm not being funny. Like, Sam Gowland, I can't even really remember him on Geordie Shore. I don't feel like they would say, write down a sum on a piece of paper, what you want, and we'll pay it. Maybe it's to one of the big ones, like Scotty T, or like Gaz G Shaw, like Charlotte, or like, who else was on it? Holly. Someone like that, fair play. But I don't feel like they do it for him. Maybe they would. Maybe I'm the idiot.
So I wouldn't do it, but then what they did say, they said, well, we can change it for you. So what do you mean? So they said, we'll fly you out. We'll take you to Cyprus at the time. We'll fly you out to Cyprus. We'll put you in a 5-star hotel. You don't need to interact with anybody at all. You just need to film your scene. And they said, then we'll fly you back business class to Bali.
Who does this guy think he is? Like, seriously, what do you mean? Like, we'll fly you first class, business class. You don't have to speak to anyone. We'll give you whatever amount you want. Literally, just film for 20 minutes. And he's still like, who does he think he is? God, guys, I'm fuming today.
Things can be misconcepted and there can be arguments. I'm not about that, They wanted me to have a conversation.
Also, why is it snowing? What? Literally, why is it snowing? What has the snow got anything? Has snow got anything to do with anything here? There's no need for it to be snowing. Also, how is he only wearing a shirt? He must be freezing his tits off.
They agreed to my terms. They paid me a nice amount, shall we say, to do it. They flew me back and forth from Bali, business class, and then off the back.
What? So I'm getting like, why is there so many transitions here when he's just sitting in the same seat? I feel like I'm watching The Matrix.
I bought a bit of land off the back of what they paid me, which is then doubled in value. So you can see the scale of how we were working with that, you know. So I have to be very business minded with my decisions when it comes to stuff like TV.
This clip was 1 minute 30 and it could have been about 5 seconds if he went, Geordie Shore offered us quite a bit of money, I took it, and then I bought a house.
So I turned down 30 grand for an hour's filming of a TV show. I didn't want to do it. Now people will call me crazy because a hell of a lot of money, £30,000 for 1 hour, but do you know what it is? I value my time more than going to like get myself not exploited as such, but something I didn't want to do, especially in this day and age. We can earn a lot of money from our phones, different businesses, so I didn't feel the need that I had to go and grab a quick couple of quid for something I didn't want to do. So I'd rather...
Right, I need to stop with these transitions because I'm genuinely going to have a cardiac arrest. I always see this kind of trend with like people that kind of blew up from being on reality TV shows. They get like a certain point where they kind of think they're too good for the reality TV show. Like clearly he thinks he's above it now, even though that's the entire reason why people know who he is. Like I get it if it was like a guy who grew his business from the ground up with like no help, and then a reality TV show were like, oh, will you come on and we'll give you this amount of money? He's like, no, because I want to keep me like reputation of what I've built. But this guy literally grew from reality TV, so why wouldn't you just go on? I have, like, what?
Value myself more as a person and value my time rather than degrading myself as such.
What is this edit?
I'm going to do something for money that I didn't want to do, you know, and
Why?
I stand by it.
His editor was like, how many edits do you want, Sam? Sam was like, yes. Yes, just yes. All of them. I feel like I'm watching Tron Legacy.
I remember being sat there one day and I was thinking to myself, I need to be earning more money than this. There must be different ways, different things to do. My friend of mine, a millionaire friend of mine, he said to me, Sam, have you ever thought about doing like your own online business? And I had, but to be honest, didn't really know. Probably similar to everybody else, didn't really know how or what to do. He said, let me show you.
I know I keep mentioning the edits, but if you are interesting to listen to and you have something to say that people want to hear, you don't need all these edits. You don't need the music. You don't need like these subtitles jumping in people's faces because they're interested in you. Like surely you should work on yourself as a presenter on your fake podcast rather than putting all of these Avengers After Effects in.
I remember during the pandemic, someone said to me, Sam, you're stupid if you start an online homeware business. I thought, that'll make money. Everyone's saying it wasn't. Fast forward 12 months, it had done £600,000 in its first year. No Facebook adverts, no nothing. My thought process was, everyone's at home, they're bored, they can't go out, they want to spend money. What can they spend money on? Something for the house. There's nothing else to do. So I started selling £3 candles. Made a fortune from it. Now, that's not because it was anything special. The product was good, but this is, I'm just saying how easy e-commerce is. Anybody could have done that, you know?
But then, is that really a flex if you've just sold to people that they don't need? Like, why are you talking? Like, I don't feel like that's a flex. Like, you haven't improved people's lives. Like, you've just kind of just exploited people because they want to spend their money. They're bored out of their heads and they just want that feeling of like getting a delivery to feel good. Like you're just kind of exploiting people at that point. Also, one thing I've noticed from these guys from doing this video is it's clearly not enough that they're earning this money. Like that clearly doesn't fulfill them enough. Like they need people to know that they're earning this money and doing well, which I feel like comes a little bit from like insecurity, because I feel like if people are really making a lot of money, they don't tell you. The people that make the most money, normally you don't even really know. Like they're probably not that flash. They probably keep it kind of low key because they don't need to prove anything, because they've already kind of proved it to themselves that they can do it. That's why I'm just not really a fan of this content, because you can't really see who the bullshit are and who the real people are, especially when the entire content strategy is based around being on a pretend podcast. It's kind of hard to believe these guys. Anyway, if you would like me to find some more of these and do like a part 2, because I actually really enjoy kind of reacting to these guys, 4,000 likes on this video and we will do that. And if you want to see me react to an even worse British podcast, make sure you click this video right here, because the people in this are absolutely mental.
Kirkham, baby.